What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you be in the loop. Fam, if you want to become a member of the channel, not just a subscriber, you can go to that link underneath the video and join the channel. Join WillieDLive channel, become an official member. Also, you want to get yourself some gear like you see in the back. Click that button and go ahead and get you some of that no more talk gear. You dig what I'm saying? Going straight in, fam. So, Leslie Jones, the breakout star of Coming to America 2. You know, she used to do SNL. Pretty big star. She went on Wendy Williams' show, and she talked about not being able to get a man. And when Wendy Williams pried about her love life, she, what would the word be? She exasperatedly told Wendy Williams that men are broken. And this is why she can't find anybody, because men are broken. She said that she may as well be talking about the corns on her feet. That's what her love life is like. And then she started joking about being on apps, going on these dating apps. And she said somebody reported her on the dating app because they thought it was fake. You know, she's like, I'm Leslie Jones, and people thought it was fake. And, you know, people reported her to the dating app. And then she goes back on Twitter and she talks about her dating life and blah, 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 blah. Leslie, if you're listening, it ain't men, it's you. It's your attitude. It's your attitude. Yeah. See, when people make statements like that, fam, I don't have to wonder anymore. When people make broad, general statements like that, you know, negative general statements about an entire gender, I don't even have to wonder, you know, what went wrong in the relationships and, you know, where the problem lies, right? That lets me know that she is the problem. It's simple. Because let me tell you something, fam. I know for a fact that there are good women out there. I've been in relationships with good women. I've been in relationships with bad women. I've been good to women. I've been bad to women, mostly good, but I've been bad to women before. Would that be fair to use your experience for one of those women to use their experience with me, that bad experience with me, as a representation of all men? When I know some men personally who are just great guys, and their women will attest to that, their children will attest to that. Great, great, great guys. So I don't think that would be fair. I don't think it's fair when dudes jump on the internet and they say, women, black women, you know, that type of stuff. They this, and this why they ain't got no man, and this why they can't keep man, their children are out of control, all this type of stuff, right? I don't think it's fair to the black women that I know, or the women that I know, who are upstanding women, women who got some class, some dignity, you know, some honor about themselves, who love their mates, their husbands, their fiance or boyfriend unconditionally, who love their children infinitely. I don't think that's fair to them. So when you hear people make these broad generalizations and they say, well, the reason why they got a problem in relationships, they can't find nobody, and they always point it like it's them. They're the reason. No, 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 no. You're the reason. I can guarantee you, you're the reason. Because what do all of those broken relationships have in common that you were in? You. That's right. That's right, Leslie. Every single broken relationship you've ever been in have you in common. So, and there's billions of men who have not dated you. So how you gonna blame men? How you gonna say men are broken? Because you ain't dated every man. So how you gonna say men are broken? Of course, there are broken men out there. Of course, that by your own admission, there are broken women out there. So how is it that just men are broken? Like, see, this type of rhetoric gets us nowhere. We can survive a lot of wars. One war that we cannot survive is a gender war. That's impossible. All you freaks out there who think it is, you got another thing coming. No society can survive a gender war. Point blank, period. But some of y'all so emotional, you're slow. You're slow up top. You know, you unlearn. Your mama didn't teach you. Your daddy didn't teach you. You didn't have grandpa, grandma that sit you down and talk to you. If they did, you didn't listen because you thought you knew everything. And you still think you know everything, and you're passing nothing down to your children. You need to be taken out of society. I don't know if they can put you in some type of holding pattern or something, like maybe a little tank or something like that or whatever, like they do in jail, maybe put you in a holding tank until they figure out what to do with you. But this toxic behavior has to stop, man. It has to stop. This woman said men are broken. If she want to acknowledge that there are men that are broken, then she could have easily said, I can't find a man because all the men that I end up with are broken. I'm not good at finding, and that's what she should say. I'm not good at finding men. Like, I'm not good at finding men. I need somebody to find men for me. I need me a dating coach or something, because I'm not good at finding men. I need to get somebody who can put a pen to the pad and find me somebody that's compatible to me, because I'm no good at finding good men. I keep finding broken men. And if that is the case, you got to understand, why is it that you keep ending up with broken men? Because these are choices that you're making. You're not being forced into these relationships. You keep finding a broken man, then perhaps you're broken. You keep finding a broken woman, perhaps you're broken. Perhaps it's something that you like about broken women. Perhaps it's something that she like about broken men. Maybe she's one of those types who thinks she can find a broken man and fix him. Because there are women out there who like fixer-uppers, you know. They like to find them men, you know, with the as is, no warranty, and try to fix them up, you know. Make them a little project. want to fix him. So maybe she's one of those types. She want to fix a man. You got to fix him. She's attracted to trying to find a broken man so she can fix him. That's a problem. What ends up happening every time a woman tries to find a broken man and fix him, what normally happens with that is she don't fix him and he ends up, messing her life up even more. And then if he ever does get fixed, she basically fixed him up for the next woman, because by the time he gets right, the trust is not there, because she keeps thinking about all this stuff that he did to her. So she don't trust him. No trust, no relationship, right? So maybe he gets right, but he don't get right for her. She fixes him up for the next woman, or the woman after the next woman, or the third woman, or the fourth woman. If he's ever going to get right, he'll normally get right and he'll end up being the best man that he can be for another woman, not her. I think that Leslie is the problem. Again, anybody that make those type of statements, those broad negative generalizations about whole entire groups of people, especially millions of people, I can see if you make a broad generalization, negative generalization about the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, the Klan, it's the Klan. Congress, law enforcement. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm with you. But a negative generalization about an entire gender? She's the one who needs therapy. I think before she can try to fix somebody else, she needs to fix herself. Go into the comments. Nito, what up? What's up, Dub? Candace Huntley says, Willie D, let's be honest. Most men, especially black men, may not be interested in her because of her physical appearance. Black men don't like dark skin, kinky hair, etc. Women they come from. Black men. That we go with another negative generalization. You need therapy too, homie. Let's be honest. What's up, Mike Larry? Here's an interesting perspective. Both genders are playing defense. Lack of self-accountability and responsibility got people effed up in the game. If your dating life sucks, it's on you. And talk to him, dog. Talk to him. K Zagging, talk to him. If your dating life sucks, it's on you. Because guess what? You can walk at any point you want to. You choose who you enter into these relationships with. So if it sucks, it's on you. And that makes a lot of sense to me, man. All these people that stuck in these bad relationships and acting like they can't get out. Oh, you can get out. Personally, I think everybody, any relationship you get into, I think everybody, just like a business relationship, I think people should always have an exit strategy. I think that's being a realist. Some people want to dream. They want to just be dreaming. They dreaming, thinking, hoping everything work out. No, I think you got to have an exit strategy. That's why I believe in prenups. I believe that a prenup is necessary, especially these days. So many fake people out there, so many people out there that are not genuine. So many people out there that's walking down that aisle with thoughts in their head that they're gonna get divorced at the first sign of trouble. They're gonna bounce. Man, people today, man, people be divorced be getting married and divorced in 2-3 days. It's normal for people to be married only a few months now instead of a few years. That's normal. Ramir Dubost, or is that Dubost, says she doesn't present herself as feminine. And here's another thing too, fam. A lot of times people be looking for somebody who they're not compatible with. And this is why they don't work out. This is why their relationships don't work out. They're always going after somebody who they're really not compatible with. So maybe you get that person, you're really not compatible with that person, but you're going to force the relationship anyway, because that's your fantasy relationship. That's what you want to be fantasy wise. So that's what you pursue. And when it don't work out, you wonder why. Because you're not compatible from the jump. People think because they meet somebody and they start vibing with them, they get into a relationship with them, that means that it's supposed to work out. Not if you're not compatible out the gate. You cannot be compatible and still enjoy each other's company and still have sex, still kick it, but you have no compatibility whatsoever. That relationship is doomed. It's bound to fail. Even if you forge the relationship and get married and have children and everything, that relationship's going to be on the rocks most of the time that you're together with that person, because you're not compatible. So this is what happens most of the time. People going into these relationships with people that they're not compatible with. Serena, I think some people that stay in a bad relationship but just stuck on being with someone is as if one doesn't have enough self-esteem to walk away. Yeah, that's often the case. That happens a lot. Then people get used to being in a relationship with sometimes they get used to being in a relationship and they just want to be with that person out of familiarity. They just don't want nobody else to have that person. They know that they're really not compatible with that person. They know that they're not supposed to be with that person. They know that, but they don't want anybody else to have them. So what do? Just stay in a relationship and torture each other. I think maturity is when you take a look at the relationship and you see what works for you, and you see it and you say, man, this is not working. This relationship is causing me too much anxiety. It's too stressful. This is not how relationships are supposed to be. I'm out. Dip. I'm not saying bounce at the first sign of trouble in a relationship, but you're not supposed to be in relationships are not supposed to be like a struggle, a daily struggle. That is not healthy. That's a toxic relationship. All this arguing, man, I just don't believe in arguing with somebody I lay my head next to. I don't believe in that. I don't like arguing anyway, but All that arguing and walking around the house, walking around your own house on eggshells, not speaking to one another, man, that's for the birds. I come home, I want some tender loving and peace. And I'm going to give some tender loving and peace. I don't know no other way. I wouldn't want it any other way. And if I run into a roadblock where that changes, hey, we're just going to keep on. We're going to keep it moving. Hey, we're going to just separate this thing. Let's bust it up. That's it. Let's bust this thing up. It ain't working. You know, I ain't going to be in a relationship a whole year, 6 months, a month beefing, just going back and forth, can't get along. You go out together, you come home, you make love, and you land in the bed going like, damn, we didn't argue one time. And you celebrate that. You celebrate not arguing. You go out on a trip, you take a trip, and you don't argue, and you celebrate that you didn't argue. Something wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. Or you celebrate that you argued only once. You only got one little argument. That was it. Whew. That's not good. That's not good. Hussein Hassan, what's up? What's up, Sean Knight? Dunbar F. Carlton Wade says, her looks not the problem. It's her masculine energy. Yeah, I think so too, man. Above everything. Above everything. I think it's her masculine energy. And I think it's her attitude, period. I just think she got a bad attitude. See, people that have bad attitudes, it's always somebody else's fault. They have a bad attitude because somebody else is making them mad. Somebody is making them upset all the time. They have a bad attitude because they don't know how to control their emotions. They don't know how to compartmentalize. They don't know how to respect the opinions of others. Johnny Dales, what's up? See the truth. And Shelton coming through on the Cash App. Catherine coming through on the Cash App. Mandy coming through on the Cash App. Keith Love coming through on the Cash App. Candace Irvin coming through on the Cash App. Paul coming through on the Cash App. Appreciate y'all, fam. Yeah, we got to stop this, fam. We got to stop these negative generalizations about entire genders. And I really do believe that people don't understand how weak it makes them look. They think when they make these sweeping accusations, they think somehow they're speaking from a position of strength, and somehow they are, somehow that they have some type of power to be able to say that, right? And they don't understand that they need to look within. Like, it's something wrong with them. Like, why do you feel that way? How about when the shoe is on the other foot and the opposite gender makes that sweeping generalization? How do you feel when that happens? Why do you get offended when the other side does it? You see, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, but they don't see it that way. They don't even see. The men don't see that when they make negative generalizations about women, they don't see how that affects their relationship with their children, with their daughters, their mother, their sister, who they claim to love, right? Well, most of the time they claim to love. The women who make the negative generalizations about men don't understand that, well, your daddy in that same, your daddy is in that same pot. Your son is in that same pot. Your brother who you claim to love, your cousin, whoever, whatever male friend that you have is in that same pot. I wouldn't want to be a woman's friend who hate men. She got a problem with men every day. She just got a problem with men. I wouldn't trust being around her. That's a woman that hate men. I would not trust being around her. If I was a woman, friend or not, I would not trust being around a man who hate women. Well, I don't trust, even as a man, I don't trust being around a man who hate women. How the hell you hate women? You're a man. There's something wrong with you. That's the way I see it. You hate women, you're a man, something wrong with you, man. I don't want no dude like that around me. Black Mama says, I am alone because I am big and mean. And honest. Well, hey, what they say, the first step of recovery is admitting you have a problem. Yeah, so that's funny as hell. Thanks for the laugh. I am alone because I am big and mean. That's funny. Yeah. Well, you know what? Like, when you know what your issue is and you put it on you, then whenever you get ready to change, you can do that. Whenever you want better, you can do that. But if you cool with how everything is, if it makes you sleep well, you can stay the same. Yeah, the first step to recovery is always, first and foremost, being able to admit that you got a problem. Like me, I can admit whatever problems that I have, and I can change those, if I feel like it. If I, like if I got an issue that's causing me a problem, like if I got a certain behavior and it's hurting me in some kind of way, I'll eventually change. I may not change immediately, but eventually I'll change, because just like in life, people will change when the pain of the same becomes greater than the pain of the change. That's life. In other words, when it becomes more painful for you to stay the same, that's when you'll change. B. Brooklyn, 6521. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Much love. He's in my mind's playing tricks on others. House of God says Black men are married at higher rates than Black women, so the problem is less with us and more with them. See, that type of talk right there, it's just ain't gonna advance us at all, bro. Like, nobody likes to be put down. Like, that's passive aggression, right? And somebody might say, well, it's the truth. It can be true. It could be true that your child is not really, really bright, right? But how productive would it be for you to tell your child, you're not really, really bright like your sisters and brothers? How productive would that be? I think it's better to just give a kid the tools that he needs to be better. Get him a tutor, perhaps get him a therapist, perhaps take him to the doctor and get him checked out. Make sure that he doesn't have some type of clinical illness that's affecting his learning abilities. I mean, if we're all on the same team, then the goal, I think, would be to try to inspire one another and encourage one another, not focus on our deficiencies, right? But more our attributes. Like, focus on those things, and instead of focusing on, if we do focus on our deficiencies, let's focus on repairing those deficiencies instead of just being insulting and just talking about it and just, doing the blame game. The blame game will get you nowhere, man. Y'all know how that go. Name me one time in your life when you blame somebody. You just going back, playing the blame game that something got done. Nothing gets done with the blame game. You gotta put some action behind it, right? It's okay to get somebody, make somebody accountable, right? But then after that, what you gonna do? Like, put the work in to make sure that the issue is resolved. Majestic. She may want a man that makes the same amount of money. Men who make a lot of money have a lot of options with women. She will have to find a man that makes less money, like Gabourey Sidibe did. I mean, that could be it. That could be. Usually women want to have a man that they feel that can take care of them financially, even if they make $1 million a day. They want to be with a guy that they feel that can support them financially. Even if he's not supporting them financially, they want to be like, they're attracted to men who can. That's a fact. So that's a good point. Good point. Who was that? The hooligan. Shamara Sneed. Take me as I am or have nothing at all. Mary J. That is a good point, right? I think I think it's human nature, though, for us to look at somebody that we're dating or somebody that we're crushing on and say, I like this, I like that, I like that, I like that. But man, if he fixed this right here or she fixed that right there, perfect. But I think realistically, we have to, when we go into these relationships, before we start spending quality time with a person, we have to decide that if that person never changes anything about themselves, the pet peeves, the things that we don't necessarily support, can I love this person enough to where that thing that I felt was a pet peeve doesn't even bother me anymore? It doesn't bother me, because if you're constantly bringing it up, it bothers you. And if it bothers you, if you forge a relationship, eventually you'll grow to resent that thing, whatever that is. You'll resent it. And once you start resenting something in a relationship, it builds up. And that's why sometimes you're riding down the street or whatever, and it might be something as small as you're in the car with your significant other, and they're not saying anything, and you just snap. What's wrong with you? What you mean, what's wrong with me? You're sitting there not saying anything. You do this all the time. This is about something that happened months ago, might even be years ago. Y'all beefing over something very, very trivial. On surface, it looks like it's something trivial, but it's really something that happened way back that you never resolved. Brooklyn says, men aren't broken. Society's ideology of men has gone rogue. Truth be told, it's a man's market, and we are not choosing BS. It's a man's market. True, I hear what you're saying. But we have to understand also it's a woman's market too. It's always going to be, see, it's always going to be like, it's always going to be, even with this so-called man's market, men still have issues. Because guess what? They're picking women that they're not compatible with either. So men market or not, men ain't really getting no further along than women are. Well, many men aren't getting no further along than women are because he's just going about picking mates the wrong way. A lot of this stuff got to do with what you see on the internet and on these reality shows that really are fake shows. People trying to mirror their lives, living vicariously through a bunch of loud, obnoxious, classless people who tell everything, by the way. Taylor Jones, what's up? Brother Man 7, the number one answer. Where did that comment go? She does not present herself as a woman who likes men. Mm-hmm. It always tripped me out, man, when people can't like, they can't find that one they want. They're not in like monogamous relationships or whatever, right? And they blame it on everybody but themselves. Let me tell y'all something I know, fam. If you're checking out somebody right now, if you're interviewing somebody right now for a potential relationship, if that person is bad-mouthing all of their exes and they're blaming the exes for the relationships not working out, they're trying to tell you something. They're trying to tell you that if we enter into a relationship and it doesn't work out, it's on you. You're going to be responsible for making this thing work. And if it doesn't work out, I'm going to blame you, just like I blamed all the other ones before you. I would be very wary of entering into a relationship with a woman who badmouthed her past boyfriends, especially if she's had, multiple boyfriends. If she's had more than 2-3 boyfriends and she bad-mouthing all 3, nah, man, I'm next. So I think if you have a conversation and you talk about, okay, what went wrong in the relationship, it's almost never just one-sided that made the relationship go wrong. You got to talk about both parts. You got to talk about what you did, what role you played. Even if somebody cheated. Okay, they cheated, but what did you do before they cheated? Or what did you do after they cheated? What did you do? They don't like to tell that part. I tell it. I tell my part, because that's how you grow. I'm cool with accepting responsibility. I'm cool with self-accountability, man. You know, I'm cool with it. That's how you grow. If you got issues, you running into issues all the time or whatever, or you got a problem and you wear a blame t-shirt. A blame t-shirt is when you blame, or an excuse t-shirt. That's when you always got an excuse for everything. There's people in every last one of our lives who always got an excuse. We all know somebody who always got an excuse. And if we don't know someone, then that someone is you, right? There are people who all got an excuse for everything, will never take responsibility, and will never say sorry. They won't apologize because they're never wrong. All of us know somebody like that. I'm cool with admitting when I'm wrong, if I feel like I'm wrong. I'm cool with that. I may not say I was wrong right away, but I ain't no dummy. And I ain't gonna wait years to say I'm wrong. Unless the person vamp or something like that, they get out of the picture, you know, yeah. But as far as somebody that I'm living with or whatever, I got a daily relationship with, like my kids or something, my sisters and brothers or something like that, man, I ain't got no problem like catching my snap and saying, yo, I was wrong. Simple, I was wrong. Apologize and don't make you less of a man. I think it makes you more of a man when you admit that you're wrong, when you admit that you were wrong. Some people look at that like a weakness. I think it's a strength. That's how you grow. Royal Gold, what's up? Lady Godiva. Miss Sean, what's up, Miss Sean? All right, fam, I think that's my time. I appreciate y'all for joining the live. Yeah, this woman, Leslie Jones, you know, pretty good comedian, but by her remarks on the Wendy Williams show, a horrible significant other. Horrible person to be in a relationship with. And that's just from what I'm hearing, fam. I mean, you can hear a person talk. You can tell a lot about a person, how they talk about their past relationships. That'll tell you a whole lot about a person. Just listen to what they say. Listen to how they talk about the people that they were in relationships with in the past. That'll tell you a whole lot. Listen to how they use a broad stroke and make negative generalizations about an entire gender of human beings. Listen. Enjoy the rest of your evening or morning, wherever you are in the world, fam. Until next time, no more talk.